War. War never changes. Since the dawn of man, when tribes beat each other to death over necessities, the will to power has been the driving force of mankind. When the great fires of humanity's ambition ravaged the earth, it was not our doing, for the bloodiest chapter of human history had only begun. Britain was not spared the hellfire, and London, a monument to mankind's ambition, was returned to the state of nature. Those who emerged from the ashes did so from a network of underground bunkers known as Pindar stations. And so it was that the embers of civilization would ignite once again. Over a century later, through the military might of the Tommies, an aristocratic parliament continues to give orders. But few are still listening. In the Tower Hamlets, the fifth column rises. Training drums beat and uniforms march, all in the name of their dear leader, Eve Varney. Across the Thames, in the pastures of Richmond, a great army gathers strength. Styled on the Camelot knights of days past, they're headed once more unto the breach. For there are whispers of angels beneath this hallowed land, a curtain of illusion and intrigue, a puppeteer behind the scene. Only one thing is certain. Those who take the road to Westminster will be forever changed. Because in mankind's pursuit of power, there is no price too high, no life too valuable, and no ideal too sacred. Because war never changes.
Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Stand clear of the doors, please.
What's going on, everyone? Big Salad's the name, and Fallout London is the game. Before we dive into the game, let's talk about where London and the rest of Europe fit into the world stage before the bombs dropped. Before the Great War, Europe, or the European Commonwealth, was desperate for resources, much like all the other world superpowers. With oil prices rising rapidly as supply runs scarce, Europe launched an attack on the Middle East to secure their oil, starting the Euro-Middle Eastern War in 2052. This war would end in 2060 when the Middle Eastern oil fields were depleted, leaving both sides of the conflict worse off than when the war started. From here, the UN would dissolve and Europe would begin infighting over what resources were left. The nation-states were already at each other's necks when the bombs dropped, leaving an already desolate London in ruin. Fast forward to the year 2237, 160 years after the bombs dropped. Much like the rest of the world, London is slowly rebuilding society, wrestling with food and aid shortages while avoiding rival factions as they struggle for power. Our protagonist wakes up in a strange facility inside of a vat, two scientists on the other side studying them. All of a sudden, the laboratory is breached with the explosion taking out one of the scientists and damaging our vat's containment. The intruders take out the remaining scientists and continue deeper into the facility while our character blacks out. After coming to, we continued throughout the facility, unable to recollect our past while being bombarded with new questions like, where am I? Who are those scientists? What were they doing to us? Who attacked them? None of these questions get answered as we make our way out of the facility, but not before we grab our not Pip-Boy that looks like a retro NES cartridge. Man, I'm loving this design. After we leave the lift, another disembodied voice comes over the intercom and lights up a large screen on the wall. The voice introduces himself as Mr. Smythe, commending us for our efforts to escape. He offers to unlock the door for us to give us a quote-unquote fighting chance. He ends the conversation with the iconic warning,
Mind the gap.
We don't intend to waste this offer and make our way to the London Underground for our escape. After finding a ticket and whacking a couple of rad shrews, We board the subway and leave the facility. We may not know where the train is heading, but anywhere is better than here.